Hello, it's Nancy today. Now today I wanted to help you to learn the size of your hand. When you're cooking, this is very important because if you always have to have your measuring spoon, what happens when you don't have your measuring spoon? Can you still cook? See, what about if everybody's hungry and you can't cook because you don't have a measuring spoon? So let's go through this ourselves. So I'm making Sally's molasses cookies again. And I need 2 teaspoons of ginger. Okay, so first this is a teaspoon, okay? Now, we'll put it in my hand. That's how much a teaspoon is in my hand. Okay, let's see. That's how much a teaspoon is. That's pretty, can you see that? That's a full palm, isn't it? That's a teaspoon, oops, where are you? A teaspoon of ginger. Okay, I need to get another teaspoon. So, no lumps, please. Okay. So how much is a teaspoon going to be in my hand? Looks like it's going to cover that whole bottom area, isn't it? Goes right over to here, all the way over. It's kind of heaped up. Now, if it were flat, see, it fills up my whole little part of my palm. That is a teaspoon. Now, that's when I made a cupping shape. Okay, so that is a teaspoon. Now let's practice again. We have to do a teaspoon of cinnamon. So, let's get out the cinnamon. Okay, so this is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. There. See how it fills up the whole palm and goes out to the edges a little bit? That's a teaspoon in my hand. Now your teaspoon's going to be a little different in your hand. Okay, I need another teaspoon of cinnamon. So this whole study that we're doing is just for the purpose of measuring your handful. That is another teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, what else do I need? I need a teaspoon of cloves. Now I didn't have cloves yesterday, so I used mace. Let's see if we can use some more mace again. I think it's mace. Smell. What do you think? I think it's mace. Maybe not. Okay, and we need 1 teaspoon of cloves. Now we're doubling this, so we're going to double the recipe. Okay, there's the 1 teaspoon. Oops. And another 1 teaspoon. Okay. So now I want you to go measure for yourself. Measure 1 teaspoon. A teaspoon is 5 milliliters for those of you in Europe and other countries. Okay, that's all. Now I'm going to carry on making these cookies. I made all those cookies yesterday and the kids ate them all. I did put some, you're not supposed to notice that I have a hole in my thing. Whoops! I got it down. So sometimes it's important to mix your dry ingredients together. And the idea of that is that you don't get a whole mouthful of baking soda. Now, when do you use baking soda and when do you use baking powder? What was it that I taught you yesterday? Can you remember? You use baking soda if it's cookies or anything that has not got water in it. Hey, I didn't put my eggs in this. If it's eggs is okay. Baking soda can go with eggs, but not with water or milk. Now, if you put milk or water in something like, say, a cake, something that you want to have rise with bubbles all through it, little tiny bubbles perhaps, that would be baking powder that you need. making it really kind of work hard, isn't it, when I do that? And I've got to add all this flour. So when I add my flour, you probably, like if you're making a cake, you add your flour and your water or milk. Flour liquid. But with cookies, I'm going right through the flour into the stuff at the bottom. Not good. Did I break it right here on? Looks like it, or maybe they're stuck together. I broke it. There you go, end of that. From the dump it cometh. But this one won't return to the dump because now it doesn't work. To the garbage it will go. You weren't supposed to see me break it. Nope. Oh well. Easy come, easy go, right? We live in our toss it away society. Okay. I'll keep the beaters. That was my oven. It wants to go, but it can't. We'll let it cool down. Maybe it'll work later. If not, it's going to the garbage or the dump. Okay, and I'll go back to using a spoon like I'm supposed to. Okay, in case you wanted that recipe, it is Sally's Molasses Cookies. 3/4 of a cup margarine or butter, a cup of sugar, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of molasses, but I used date honey this time because I had it, 2 cups of flour, a dash of salt, 2 teaspoons of soda, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cloves, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Sift flour, salt, soda, and spices. Cream the shortening and sugar. Add egg and molasses. Add dry ingredients. Shape into walnut-sized bowls. Roll in granulated sugar. Bake 350 for 12 to 15 minutes. Depending on the size, walnut-sized might make 2.5 dozen. So I doubled it because I don't want to go to all this trouble for 2.5 dozen. Right? Isn't that right? Abraham had all those people over yesterday. Some people, I guess some people couldn't come. There's a quota, you know. You're only allowed so many kids over at one time. So not everybody gets to come. Where's the stopper? Here it is. And where's the lid for this? I guess this can move over here since I've used it twice now. Okay, I'm going to go. Goodbye.